Hello. Sorry, I had to go refill my sister's cup. So, notice I am streaming in an environment I have never streamed in before. Well, actually, that's not completely true. I'm downstairs, and my room is downstairs. My room is downstairs, and I'm downstairs. But, that table, hang on a second. Hi, Ronaldo. The table that's cluttered. I streamed on there once. But right now I'm streaming over where that's my Wii stand that I use for my Wii U, which is fine. Whatever. I'm just gonna check my sketchbook really quick. Yeah, okay. Nothing in there that I need to work on.
But obviously had no time to, at least until now, as Luz verbally apologizes to her mother, because as we know, she's about to kiss her way home goodbye, handing Belus the portal to the human realm, but then using Ida's staff in conjunction with her own glyphs planted on the briefcase to blow it to smithereens. And we can assume the key to action.
Alright, now that the connection is back, I just really hope what happened last night doesn't happen again. Alright, so I have two things right here I could potentially work on. I just don't know which one. I could work on this thing or this thing. And I'll show you what they are. This thing is part one of a mini comic featuring Nolan's parents, his dad, Nathan, and his mom, Dolce. I showed this on a previous stream. And then I have this that I just made last night, because even though I wasn't streaming, I still continued to draw until I went to bed. This is something I made for my cousin. It's 3 of her favorite anime characters. This is Gloxinia from the 7 Deadly Sins. This is Ibaro Shiozaki from My Hero Academia. And this is Ryoko Sakaki from Food Wars. If you know any or all of those animes, hooray for you and good job. But if you don't, well, then I recommend you watch all of them. I will warn you, though, 7 Deadly King Arthur's era, so there's a lot of fantasy, violence, and fighting. And My Hero Academia, there's also a lot of fighting and violence. I don't think it's quite as bloody, but whatever. And Food Wars, the only things I have to warn you about is it's not for little kids. It has a lot of pointless nudity and stupid sexual innuendos. It has a lot of pointless nudity, and the foodgasms are really uncomfortable to watch. Other than that, this show is really awesome too. So, which one of these should I work on? Should I work on part 1 of the mini comic, or should I work on the drawing for my cousin? Oh no, you're not late. You're not really that late. I started the stream a little late. Late. So, which one do you think I should work on? I'll be right back. I'm sorry that the connection keeps going bad. There's really nothing I can do about it. All right, I'm going to work on the present for my cousin. First, the line art, which I will do using this. I'm outlining Ibarra first because I started with her. When I drew this picture, I started by drawing her head in the middle, and then I just casually switched back and forth between Gloxinia and Ibarra. So I'm going to talk about these characters a little bit. I'm just going to take my earbuds out really quick. I'm going to talk about these characters a little bit and the animes that they're from. I'll tell you as much as I know. So I'm going to start with Gloxinia because I know the most about him. Gloxinia is from the anime The Seven Deadly Sins, which is a Netflix original anime. If you have Netflix, you can watch it. Give me a second. I gotta calculate this right. All right, I calculated it. All right, well, that's good. Again, sorry about the connection. But if you decide to watch The Seven Deadly Sins, you won't see Gloxinia until season. But he was the first fairy king. And yeah, he's a fairy. He was the first fairy king. And he serves, for the majority of the series, he serves as a member of the Ten Commandments, which is a group organized by the Demon King. And yeah, each commandment, each member represents and holds the power of each one of the 10 commandments that are something you can find in real life. Like, okay, I don't know how long that connection break lasted, but yeah. Basically, Gloxinia, what's his commandment again? Thank you. I knew it started with an R. Gloxinia represents the commandment of repose, which I believe means when you refuse to fight or something like that. Yeah, it's a state of restfulness. I don't know. I'm not her freaking babysitter. Okay. Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna go shut my bedroom door. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. She was up because okay. Gosh, I'm not her freaking babysitter. But yeah, that's basically a little bit of information about Gloxinia. He also has a younger sister named Gerard, who I think we meet her in season 1 somewhere, either that or season 2. I'm not sure. Either way, moving on to the next character. In the middle, there is Ibara Shiozaki from My Hero Academia. I don't know too much about her because I don't watched it once in a while when my cousin was watching it. But other than that, I don't know much about it. Other than that, or stuff that I've found on the internet. And Ibara she goes to the school MHA or UA, sorry. MHA is My Hero Academia. She goes to the school UA that Deku goes to, and she's really just a side character. She literally does not have anything to do with the plot or anything. She's really just a side character that appears sometimes. Oof, I need to find a different surface for this. Okay, here we go. And her power is that grow out to like attack people or grab things, either one. That's pretty much all I know about her. Oh, she's also I think she's either Catholic or Christian. Either way, she's a religious person because she constantly says things like, "Oh, may God forgive you," or "Oh, Lord have mercy," whatever. Stuff like that. She's just a religious person. What? go tell Mom I don't remember where it is right now. She doesn't remember where it is right now. She's sleepy. Yeah, okay. Alright. Now, last character on this picture. Her name is Ryoko Sakaki, or Sakaki, sorry. She's from the anime Food Wars, and that's an anime about cooking. Again, like Ibara, Ryoko is really just a minor character. She's just a side character. She has little to nothing to do with the actual plot itself. She lives at the school in the dormitory that the main character stays in, and she's one of his friends that he meets at the school. Her cooking style mostly involves fermented stuff like soy and all that. She's a pretty chill, laid back character. I don't know much else about her because she doesn't appear very often, and she just doesn't appear as often as Mikkel. She doesn't appear as often as the main character Soma, or even one of the other characters, Megumi. She doesn't appear very often. So I wish I could tell you more, but honestly, I don't know much else about her other than the fact that she lives in the dormitory with Soma, and she mostly works with fermented stuff. I couldn't even begin to tell you what her voice sounds like. That's how little I know about her. Like, there are dozens of other characters that appear more often than she does. And honestly, matter more because, well, for one thing, they're huge competitors against Soma. So, like, even the teachers appear more often than she does. Oh, wow. Never heard of a cat doing that. That's funny, though. I like cats. They're cute little allergens. And no, I have never watched Ski Patrol edited. Actually, I have watched Ski Patrol, but like not in such a long time. Like I couldn't even begin to tell you what it's about. All right, this is what I got so far. So far, I've got Ibara and Ryoko all lined out. I'm gonna add a little more detail into Ryoko's hair. Honestly, the only reason my cousin took an interest in Food Wars is because she saw this character. I'm talking about Ryoko. And the only reason she likes Ryoko is because she has long red hair like Gloxinia. My cousin really likes like anime characters with long red hair. Even though um Ibarra doesn't have long red hair. She has long green hair. Now I'm outlining Gloxinia. By the way, if you guys didn't know this, fun fact, a Gloxinia is actually a type of flower. So yeah, this character is named after a type of flower. Honestly, these characters, they have nothing in common. I mean, the only things that Gloxinia and Ryoko have in common is that they both have long red hair. And the only things that Ibarra and Ryoko have in common is that they're side characters who do not appear much and they have little to nothing to do with the actual plot itself. And I cannot think of a single thing. What? I gotta move my stream upstairs. Okay. Fucking A. Alright. Well, that's good that you know what it's about. You can know what it's about, so I don't have to. Also, thank you for saying that they're pretty. Oops, missed one. Seriously. This is so annoying. I'm gonna bring my computer upstairs and then I'll come back downstairs and get my stuff. Miguel? Come here a minute. You don't have to. Stupid earbuds. Yeah. Because okay. Okay. Now let's get the drawings back out and work on them. Looks good. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Love you. All right. Now I just need to finish outlining Gloxy. Okay. Now I'm just outlining. I'm sorry that I had to move my stream upstairs, but hey, it's better than no stream at all. All right. I'm almost done. I just need to finish the hair and the face and the body, which shouldn't take too long. And then I can erase the pencil lines and then do the line art. I mean, the rest of the line art. I don't know how I describe that. Also, in this drawing, Gloxinia has yellow eyes. He's going to have yellow eyes. And if you guys ever watch the Seven Deadly Sins and you see that Gloxinia has black eyes, well, put simply, he has black eyes in the majority of his screen time because, well, when he was a member of the Ten Commandments, he had demon magic in him, and demons have pitch black eyes. So when he had his commandment, he had demon magic in him, so that's why his eyes were black. But his natural eye color is yellow. And it's not painful. It's not painful. It's just a small hassle, and it is done. Now I just need to erase it. All right. So, have you guys ever seen any of these animes? Have you guys ever seen The Seven Deadly Sins or My Hero Academia or Food Wars? Because for those of you who have seen Food Wars, hang on a second. If you guys ever have seen Food Wars, then good for you. But also, I want to know if you can even stomach the sexual stuff, or even the awkward foodgasms and the pointless nudity. Like, seriously, I love the show. The food they cook is absolutely delicious looking and all that, and the action cooking sequences are fun to watch. It has great animation and everything. The characters are pretty fun. Like I said, the only problems I have with it is how much pointless nudity there is in it. Like, come on, man. I'm plenty entertained in everything else that's going on. Like, the only reason I can think of why they would put so much pointless nudity and sexual innuendos in that anime is if that was one of the only other ways they could keep the audience entertained. Because if that's the case, they are very wrong. I'm plenty entertained in the anime. Hey, I'm plenty entertained with the cooking and the competition and the contemplation on like how certain chefs have existential crises and they need to think up new methods. Like, I'm plenty entertained in the show without all that other crap that I just mentioned. Like, there does not need to be so much pointless nudity. Hence why I call it pointless. And if there are people out there who aren't entertained without the pointless nudity and all that, then I just shake my head, because that is just sad. Like, do you really need nudity to be entertained? This is an anime about cooking. The nudity is really not necessary. Like, if it's a romance anime, I can understand why there would be some nudity, because with romance, things can get hot and heavy, and there can be some awkward moments, like where someone might accidentally walk in on their crush while they're changing. But honestly, in an anime about cooking, there's really no need for all this pointless nudity. Well, I definitely recommend all of these animes, but if you're really young, I don't recommend you watch Food Wars. But then again, the Seven Deadly Sins has some nudity in it too, but it's not all pointless. Not all of it is pointless. I mean, one of the main characters himself is a little perverted, but you'll find out why later. But for an anime about cooking, I really don't think there needs to be that much nudity. It's just completely pointless, in my opinion. Ugh, shaking the cramps out. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to get a playlist on so I can listen to it. And now I'm going to look for the colors I need. I need black. That's not green. I need this thick black. I need yellow. I need red. I need green. My eraser. My Little Pony. My mom got this for me. She doesn't like the new My Little Pony, and I understand why, but she knows I like it. So she got me a big My Little Pony eraser. And now I'm going to color in the black parts, like the pupils and the winking eyes. And then I'll use the thick black Sharpie to do the thick outlines. All right. I think these three look pretty good in my style. Before, I would just try to replicate Gloxinia in the style of the show, but then I'm just like, hey, I think he would look pretty good in my style. My human style is like a combination of cartoony and anime. It has some anime things in it, but it's also cartoony, which is fine. I like when things are a blend of cartoony and anime, like Avatar: The Last Airbender. That show has such a nice blend of American style animation and Japanese style animation. Same thing with She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, which me and Mickey are binge watching together. I want her to get into it like I am, just like how she wants me to get into whatever she's into. Mm. Not a whole lot of thick outlining to do here because they pretty much there's little to no empty open spaces, which is fine, but like it just saves me some work, but at the same time I'm surprised because I totally forgot that there's not a whole lot of empty open spaces to black outline. Thank you. I'm glad you like my art style. I like my art style too. All right. Now I'm gonna... Oh, wait a minute. I need black again for something. But, you know, even though Ryoko and Gloxinia both have red hair, they both have different shades of red hair. So basically, I'm going to have two redheads on either side of this awkward green-haired girl who has vines for hair. I already knew what I was going to draw before I even started drawing it. I planned this out before I even started putting this on the paper. All right. Now I'm going to color in Gloxy's tongue. But, so Ryoko has more like magenta red hair. Like here, I'll pull up pictures on my phone of these characters. So this is Ryoko Sakaki from Food Wars. She's wearing a uniform. She's got long red hair. She's really pretty. She's got stupidly huge boobs for no reason, which is another problem I have with the anime. Like almost every girl character has stupidly huge boobs for no reason. And here is Ibara Shiozaki from NHA. I think I did a pretty good job on her for my first time drawing her. This isn't my first time drawing Gloxy. I've drawn him before for my cousin, like for her birthday. And I'll find a picture of Gloxinia. Okay. This is Gloxinia. He's a fairy. He has giant butterfly wings. And yeah, that's him. He has elf ears because he's a fairy, obviously. This isn't what he looks like in the show. This is an outfit they made for like their mobile game or something, I think. But yeah, you can definitely see how he and Ryoko both have different shades of red for their hair. Like they both have red hair, but Ryoko has more like magenta red, whereas Gloxy is like cherry red. I'm glad you think she's beautiful. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna color in Ibarra's eyes. I think her eyes are dark green. They look black, but I don't know. Maybe that's like a dark green. Either way, just whatever. I don't care. My art style, I do what I want. Yeah, actually, before it was revealed that he was a boy, a lot of people thought that Gloxinia was a boy. But I mean, this is set in like olden times. Plus, boys can have long hair. Actually, lots of people thought that Gloxinia was a boy before it was revealed that a girl before it was revealed that he was a boy. And in fact, a lot of people, because when we first see Gloxinia, he's wrapped up in these like octopus looking vine things. And a lot of people called him Octololly because he looks like a little girl wrapped up in these octopus shaped vines like this. But when he comes out of those vines, you can see these really tall, really big, really sparkly butterfly wings. And he wears no shirt, and he has genie pants. Because I say that because they're all big and puffy and they come down at the cuffs. I don't think he wears shoes. Last time I checked, he doesn't wear shoes. Okay, now I'm going to get out my colored pencils and select the colors that I need. Actually, Gloxinia, like the boy characters in the Seven Deadly Sins anime, when they're shown without shirts, they don't have visible nipples. Like some anime creators don't draw characters with visible nipples, but I did on Gloxinia because I know Mickey just loves those for some strange, weird, obscure reason. I don't want to talk about this subject any further because then I'll go into an asexual panic. Okay, now I'm going to find Raspberry. Let's see if this color works good on her hair. Yeah, that looks good. That looks like her hair color. Yeah, well, that's because it's just typical. It's just more typical for girls to have long hair. Even though we live in a modern world, it's still just more typical for girls to have long hair. Like I can say with certainty that I have not met a lot of boys who have long hair, but I've seen them, but not very often. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need that. Now, I need to find black. Here's black. I'm looking for colors. Okay, Ibarra's uniform is like navy blue. I need to find navy blue. Okay. I have the colors for their hair. I need to find peach for their skin because they all pretty much have peach skin. I need navy blue. I don't know how in this. That's purple. Okay, wait. Navy blue. Got it. Okay, now I need to find peach. Right here. Okay. I think that's good. Well, whatever hair you choose, it's completely fine because we wouldn't want you to not be you. Okay, so I'm going to be using regular red. I actually did a drawing of Gloxinia for Pride Month because my cousin headcanoned so many things about him in so many ways. And one of the things she headcanons for him is that he is transgender, which is fine. It's understandable. It's an understandable headcanon. Even though I'm pretty sure being transgender didn't exist around that time. I don't know how far back being transgender goes. I mostly stay focused on it right now because it's starting to become something that's actually normal. And I wish people would stop treating it like it's not normal. What's wrong, Mom? Who is he? Chris Hemsworth?
No.
Lenny Kravitz?
Noah something. No, he's on TikTok.
Noah Schnacky? Yeah, he's
Well,
got
he can
he's got
schnacky me any day.
Ugh. Mom,
Okay, whatever.
it's fine. You have your fantasies. I have mine. I have a fantasy of a guy who does not care about sex. I can see why my mom likes that dude. He has the Zac Efron hair. Would you even call that Zac Efron hair? I don't know what you'd call that hair. After I'm done coloring in Gloxinia's hair, I'll show you what it looks like. Did you know that, like, Britney Spears shaved her hair once? I don't know. I think she did. Pretty sure she did. Don't know why she did it. I need to sharpen my pencil. I'm probably going to kill it, but whatever. Oh, wait, I forgot. Okay, I didn't kill the pencil. I actually managed to sharpen it, which is fine. All right, here we go. Okay. Almost done. I'm almost done. Now I just need to color in his archway, which is at the top of his hair, and then the little strand that hangs down. And no, that's not an art style thing. He actually does have a strand of stray hair that hangs down in front of his forehead. Doesn't look like how I draw it, but you know, everyone has their own style. And now I need to color in his eyebrows. Okay, now I'm going to color this in over here because his hair would go all the way down here. All right. There we go. Yeah, I don't pay attention to the personal lives of celebrities. I pay attention to them for like 2 seconds and then I'm gone. Like how I've never watched Black Panther, but when I heard that Chadwick Boseman died, I was actually sad. Because, like I said, I never have watched Black Panther, but it just sucks that a guy who fought so hard against colon cancer like he did, it just sucks that he died. Now I'm coloring in Ibarra's uniform. I can't believe there's a type of whale out there called a sperm whale. That is the most uncomfortable name. Like, I'm sorry, but there's no other clean way to think about this. That is the most uncomfortable name you could give for a species of whale. Like, that is the most uncomfortable name you could give for a whale. Okay. Now, I'm almost done. I just need to color in the other side of her uniform. I probably missed some details, but I don't give a rat's a. Hey, thank you, Megan. Complimenting my progress. Yeah, like I said, I really like how my human art style is like a blend of anime and cartoony. You can actually tell that in my Happy Tree Friends art style too. It has some anime things in it. Coloring in Ryoko's hair. Yep, I definitely made the right choice with this color. I want to color in her eyebrows really quick. It looks good so far. Yeah, I agree. Being called a sperm whale, like seriously. I'm sure there are so many other people. I'm sure there are so many other people who think the same thing as me. You can't even say that that's not true. Like I'm positive I'm not the only person who's thinking, "Oh wow, sperm whale, that doesn't sound dirty or whatever." Like seriously, if you said sperm whale to a kid, I'm sure at least a couple of kids are going to ask, "What's a sperm?" Sperm. It's such an uncomfortable word. Why am I saying it over and over again? And why am I whispering in a really painful voice? Oh, right, because I was saying sperm. I'm going to stop whispering now. All right. All right, yeah, this color is looking great on her hair. Because it is her hair. I'm pretty sure if there was more red in this colored pencil, it would look just exactly like it, but I just do the best that I can, which is fine. All right. Like I said, the only reason my cousin likes this character is because the only reason she noticed this character in the first place is because she has long red hair like Gloxinia. But now she's coming up with a whole bunch of headcanons for her. Bunch of angsty headcanons, mind you, because my cousin is a big fan of angst. I am too, but I'm a more wholesome angster, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't. All right, here we go. Almost done. I'm almost done. All right, there we go. That looks great. Yep. I'm glad that you think I'm right about that, because like holy crap, how can that name for a species not bring up a bunch of questions? Especially for people who know. Right now I'm going to color in Ibarra's hair. She has long vines for hair that she can stretch, and she can use it to I've seen that's what she does with them. In the few times that I have seen her, in the few times that I've tuned into my cousin watching My Hero Academia. And I think right now she would only watch it in order to see Ibarra, because she says. That's literally what she says. I think I did a good job for this being my first time drawing her. Like, I didn't have any practice. Like, this was my practice. All right. Almost done with the top part. Okay. I'm almost done coloring in Ibarra. I had to find a technique. I had to stay with One Direction, not the band. That doesn't exist anymore. I had to find a direction to stay with the flow. All right, I'm almost done. And there, we've got, oops, sorry. Got two redheads on the side and a greenette in the middle. Pretty sure it would be called greenette, even though no one has naturally green hair. All right, now I'm going to color in Ryoko's shirt. Okay, here we go. Take me away, a secret place, a sweet escape. I'm listening to Game Grumps right now. I'm listening to them play Mario Maker. It's my favorite thing to listen to them play. It's literally an obsession of mine. And I like listening to it while I fall asleep. It's fun, really. Excuse Excuse me. Okay, I'm almost done with Ryoko's shirt, and then I have to color in all their skin. Ooh, that's gonna be a headache, I feel like. Could be, probably won't be. I'm not sure. Alright. Not a super big detail, but it's there. My cousin headcanons her as shy and has major social anxiety. Like I said, I don't see her very much in the show. And the few times I have tuned into watching the show that I've seen her in the clips. I don't know. I just don't know what to make of her personality other than what my cousin headcanons, so I just decided to give her an awkward but happy look. And like I said, she's a religious person. I think she's either Catholic or Christian. I'm gonna go get some water. Be right back. Wait. It's actually really fun to listen to when you're sitting. I don't throughout most of the early episodes, especially when they're playing Ross's dumbass levels. Okay. But right now they're not playing one of Ross's levels. They're playing a hard level, but it's not one of Ross's levels. It's one of Aaron's levels. He tried to design it like a real Mario level, but he accidentally ended up making it super hard, and he didn't want to change it. So Ross makes insanely difficult levels because apparently he's a sadist. I mean, like, not a cold-hearted sadist, but that's what they joke. Because if you watch them play his levels, especially Companion Spring and You Are a Monster, you'll notice just how freaking angry they get. Like, You Are a Monster is not even that long of a level, but the fact that it's super ridiculously hard makes it feel like it drags on forever. I haven't played it because I don't have Mario Maker, even though I do want it. But I could feel them. I could feel how angry they were getting, and I could feel how, like, oh my gosh, this is dragging on for freaking ever. It feels like it's dragging on for freaking ever. Hang on. Okay. I'm almost done with Bloxy. Almost done with Bloxy. All right. Hmm. Oh, good. The connection's back. All right. I don't know if you heard any of what I was talking about with Ross being a sadist, but if you did, then okay. There's 4 of us here tonight. Chugga choo choo, time to fight, steamroll. Gosh dang it, Ross. Okay, now I'm just coloring in Ibarra's skin. All right. Now I'll show you what I got so far. I think this looks great. Makes me want to draw more of these 3. Makes me want to draw more humans, actually. Actually, I think the connection problems aren't as bad as they were last night. Oh, I think I've seen a little bit of Power Hour, maybe. I don't know, possibly. Oh, this is one of my favorite arcs in Mario Maker. They're playing levels by their friend Pro Gerard. Gerard the completionist. Now I'm coloring in Ryoko's skin, and then I'll be done with this drawing. And then I'll work on part 1 of the mini comic. Oops. It's not actually I feel like them getting mad at Gerard is not the same feeling as when they get mad at Ross, because like they say, like, it's not like Ross where you know he's a sadist, but Gerard is such a nice, affable dude. And that sounds like fun. I mean, there's a My Little Pony episode where the main 6 try to get out of an escape room. I mean, that's a side plot, obviously, because whatever. It's one of my favorite episodes of My Little Pony. It's called All Bottled Up. It's the second episode of season Season 7. The main plot involves Starlight progressively getting mad at Trixie for random things and Trixie not noticing because Starlight has chosen to take her anger magic and put it in a bottle, which is literally why it's called All Bottled Up. And it's also obviously a metaphor for when people choose to bottle up their anger. And it's not good to bottle up your anger, even if you're afraid that your anger will hurt someone's feelings. But I mean, I guess there are ways to state how angry you are without hurting someone's feelings, but that's very difficult because anger is a very dangerous emotion. I mean, when I'm angry, I always get so upset because I just constantly scream and yell and cry. And I just say, why do I even have anger? Anger is such a useless emotion. It literally does nothing except ruin my relationships. But then I have to constantly remind myself that anger is within you, but you just have to choose how you let it out, which is easier said than done. It's possible, but like, holy crap, it's hard. All right. Oh, are you kidding me? It's one of my favorite episodes. It has a good song in it and some good messages. I also think it's kind of funny seeing someone get angry at Trixie and like when Starlight finally tells Trixie why she's so angry. I think it's really fun to see someone get angry at Trixie and she doesn't treat it like it's not a. She's like, I'm sorry, I had no idea that's how you felt. It just really shows how far she's come because she's still pretty self-absorbed, even if she doesn't want to admit it herself. But she has come in a way that's like, okay, I'm willing to accept the fact that I make mistakes. And if I'm doing something that makes someone upset, I'm not going to treat it like it's not important. Okay, now I'm going to put all their names in here. Gloxy. Ibarra. Rio. Probably put in my signature somewhere. All right. I'm just going to put it up here. Some first ones. All right. There it is, all done. Gloxinia, Ibarra, and Ryoko. I'll show it to my cousin tomorrow when she wakes up, and I'm pretty sure, I am like 110% sure she is going to squeal with delight. I'll show you some drawings of Gloxinia that I've done. I have two right here. Here's the one I did for Pride Month. Trans Pride, woo. I think he looks really pretty in this picture. Thank you. I'm glad you think that it's fabulous. And then here's another one. I did this drawing for an AU we created. which is why he looks a little different here, like he's wearing a ponytail and his hair strand's a little longer. And yeah, he has butterfly wings, and I try to replicate them as best as I can, but I've never been too good at drawing wings. All right, now I'm going to start outlining part 1 of the mini comic. Thank you, I'm glad you think so. And like I said, I really recommend you watch The 7 Deadly Sins. It's a Netflix original, so if you have Netflix, you can watch it. I'm sure you can also find it on anime streaming services, but the easiest and quickest way you can get it is Netflix. There are 3 seasons available. Season 4 is coming in winter 2021, and I am really excited for it. All right. Do you guys have any Netflix originals that you've watched and you've liked? For me, my favorite Netflix original is either I like Nolan's dad, Nathan. He looks so much like Nolan. I mean, like the worry, they both have the same worry face. Oh, really? Yeah, I think Stranger Things is a Netflix original. Let me check real quick. But still, watch 7 Deadly Sins. If you like action shows and anime shows and shows with like plot and backstory and even some funny moments, then you should definitely watch the 7 Deadly Sins. If you also like shows where characters have magical powers, I'm sure that you'd also like that show. Look, just go out and watch the show. I'm sure it'll be worth your time. If you don't like it, that's okay. Stranger Things. Yeah, it's a Netflix original. I haven't watched Stranger Things yet. I planned on watching it at some point, but then I just kept getting distracted with all these other things. I still plan on watching it at some point. I just don't know when. I can probably just add it to my list of things to watch while I wait for other things. I can watch that while I wait for the next season of The Owl House. And I can also watch it while I wait for the next season of The 7 Deadly Sins. I also watch Amphibia while I'm waiting for the next season of The Owl House. All right. Doing pretty good so far. So far, so good. So far, so fabulous. That's what I got so far. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm hungry. I'm always hungry. Good, good. I'm glad that you're considering this. A lot of the villain. Something that one of the main characters says in season 3. It's not real, but it's just a really good message. He says that a guy could be scum from his perspective, but that same guy could also mean the world to his sister. And despite everything, most of everyone he's fought has had their own reasons for fighting. He's basically saying that even though true evil really isn't all that common, he's not saying that it doesn't exist, because it does. True evil does exist, but he is right about it not being all that common. I mean, if you think about it, most everyone has reasons for doing what they do, even if their actions seem evil. I mean, that still doesn't excuse a lot of their actions, but at the same time, most people, like 99% of people, have reasons for doing what they do. And not many of them are just doing it for the sake of being evil. So true evil exists, but it's not very common. I just personally think that that's something that can be true even in real life, not just in like movies and TV shows. The fact that true evil is not an extremely common thing. It exists, but it's not extremely common. Like, if someone was taken away from their parents at a young age and they were thrown into a completely new life, into a whole completely different situation, and they were mistreated for absolutely no reason, and they grow up thinking that the entire world is bad and they want to eliminate all the bad people in the world, even if those people weren't necessarily all bad. Like, if they view the entire world as bad, well, I don't know if you'd call that true evil. Oh, it's sausage. I don't know what kind, but I used to eat it a lot when I was in middle school, because when I was in middle school, we lived with my mom's partner, and we would go out to his brother's cabin, my mom's partner's brother's cabin, and we would eat this for breakfast. It's really good. I'm missing some colors. Give me a second. Oops. Yeah, I'm actually going to need this color. I need brown. Oh yeah, sausage is one of the best foods. Need that one. I need to get out my reference image for Nathan just to make sure I do his colors right. Yeah, and you also have to make sure that you portray that in a way that's like, oh, well, my tragic backstory excuses my actions. You just got to make sure that you don't portray characters like that. You've got to make sure you portray your characters as, well, their tragic past makes you sympathize with them, but it doesn't tell you to excuse their actions entirely. It's not about excusing, it's about understanding and sympathizing while still wanting them to stop or be stopped. Here we go. I love how he foreign sounding name, because the word Dolce sounds very foreign. It sounds kind of Spanish to me. Good. I'm glad you keep that to a mindset. I think there's other people who need to keep that mindset too, especially people who saw the Steven Universe movie and were like, oh, Spinell was in the right the whole time just because she has a tragic backstory. No, she was not completely in the right. She had the right to be mad, but she did not have the right to take that anger out on the entire earth. When she was abandoned by Pink Diamond, and she was angry, then she was a victim. But when she started hurting people and taking that anger out on the earth and its residents, then she is a victimizer herself. And no, you cannot use the whole, well, I was hurt first, so I'm the victim no matter what I do argument. You cannot use that. That is not even. It doesn't matter what happens to you. If you decide to take your anger out on innocent people just because of what happened to you, you are no longer a victim. You have become the victimizer. Yeah, I feel bad for Spinel too, but there were people who said that she had every right to do what she did to Steven and the Crystal Gems and all the innocent people on Earth just because of what happened to her. No. Oh, she had a right to be mad and she had the right to feel the way she did, but she did not have the right to take that anger out on a planet and a bunch of people. And pretty much all those people had nothing to do with what happened to her. I mean, Steven was. Yeah, exactly. But I have heard that there are people who thought that Spinel had complete right to do what she did. I mean, they're basically saying that she had every right to try and kill Steven and a bunch of innocent men, women, and children. Like, no matter what someone's tragic backstory is, they do not have any right to kill a bunch. I mean, yes, Steve and Pearl were they were all connected to Pink Diamond, and that was her planet. They were all connected to her, and that was her plan. Other than that, they had nothing to do with what happened to her. Pink decided to leave her behind, not the entire planet. I mean, Steven literally screamed it out for her that he was literally yet again paying for stuff his mom did. Pink Diamond is his mom, but what she did had nothing to do with him. I mean, okay, the connection's back. As I was saying, he literally belted it out that he was yet again paying for stuff his mom did that had nothing to do with him, which he was doing for pretty much his whole young adolescenthood, if that's even what you want to call it. I wasn't going to say through his whole life, because it didn't really start until, like, he was around, 13 years old, which was at the beginning of the series. I mean, the corrupted gems, the diamonds, Spinel, all that crap. He was dealing with all that stuff, and it had nothing to do with him. And therefore, Spinel did not have any right to take her anger out on them, but especially she did not have any right to take her anger out on Steven, Because even though he is Pink Diamond's son, he still did not have anything to do with what happened to her. He didn't decide to leave her behind. His mom did. And you cannot blame a child for bad stuff that their parents did. Like Albert Fish, one of the most infamous serial killers of all time. I don't know. I'm pretty sure his children are all dead. So, like, it would be extremely unfair if people treated his children badly because of what he did. Because I'm pretty sure none of them ever did the same things that he did. I don't know, I'd have to research, but I never read anything that said that they did the same things that he did. But it's just not fair for people to treat relatives and offspring like scum because they either have parents or other relatives that have done extremely unforgivable crimes. So Spinell was not in the right with her actions, no matter how you look at it. She didn't have the right to take her anger out on the entire Earth or its residents. She didn't have the right to take her anger out on the crystal gems. She did not have the right to take her anger out on Steven, because even though he is her son, he had nothing to do with what happened to her. I just realized it's past 12. I'm going to end the stream now, so